gonna do a reaction to 10 adorable animals you should never touch. Let's see what they gotta say. Let's see what it is. And this is by Facts Junkie. All right, jump into it.
One of the biggest downsides to the internet that
I thought that was I thought that was a SoundCloud rapper about to come through real quick. Hold on, check it out.
nobody seems to be talking about is how it's
hell?
remarketing animals as cute. Now, before you brandish your pitchfork, hear us out. Animals can be adorable, but you can't deny that underneath all of that cuteness, they're equipped with a plethora of deadly features like serrated teeth, talons, venomous glands, etc. In today's lineup, we're going to introduce you to 10 such creatures. Sit back and try to relax, because some of these upcoming picks will completely change the way you view the animal kingdom. Let's jump right in. Number 10. Elephants.
Of course,
Elephants have
come
rightly
on.
been dubbed gentle giants. The internet is rife with their displays of sensitivity and kindness towards both humans and other animals. But despite their gentle natures, they're still considered some of the most dangerous mammals on Earth. Because while they might not have the sharp teeth of an apex predator, their sizes are nothing to sneeze at. When provoked, these behemoths can easily trample everyone and everything in their path. But since they're non-aggressive, they'll usually begin by trying to scare the threat off. They do this in a variety of ways. For example, they might mock charge at it or stomp their feet while making a lot of noise. Sometimes they'll also break off tree branches as a warning.
Were you always trying to domesticate some shit, or man?
Anyone who fails to take these very obvious hints will, of course, be in for a good trampling. Now, in case you were curious, one of the many ways in which humans can make elephants feel threatened is by encroaching on their habitats. Mama elephants are, on one hand, going to charge you if you make their cubs feel unsafe in the slightest. Speaking of mama elephants, another lesser-known fact about elephants is that male bull elephants experience a period of hormonal changes called muths. During these changes, where the amount of temperament in their body increases tenfold, these males become highly irritable to sudden movements and sounds. Approaching an elephant in this state would mean outright signing your own death warrant, because believe it or not, some elephants and muths have even killed their own calves. Since this state isn't exactly timed, it's best to leave all elephants, whether male or female, alone.
Yes.
Number 9. Tasmanian devils.
I mean, it's in the name.
With one of the largest land mammals out of the way, let's now proceed to one of the smallest. But don't let its size fool you into thinking that it's harmless or cute. This, folks, is a Tasmanian
Look at them teeth, boy. God damn.
devil, so named because of its horrendous shrieks, which, funnily enough, led some of the first European settlers in its native land of Tasmania to believe that they were surrounded by demons. However, their shrieks are the last
I never heard their streaks. Like, I never heard them make noise ever. Like, never on no video or nothing.
thing that you should be concerned about. It's their bite that deserves your caution. Because for an animal of their size, they deliver the strongest one. From what we've learned, it's strong enough to crush bone as well as the strongest metals. This is all thanks to their oversized heads, which permit them to open their jaws a full 80 degrees.
Damn.
Another thing about these small yet dangerous marsupials is that they'll fly into a rage when it comes to matters of finding a mate, defending themselves, or looking for a meal. Hey, we fully understand, because well, been there, done that.
They're like little fucking dogs. Little pit bulls.
All jokes aside, these fits of rage are said to be quite reminiscent of their Looney Tunes counterpart, Taz.
Before we move on, we've got a speed challenge for you. If you subscribe to Facts Junkie and hit the bell icon in the next 5 seconds, you'll win 10 years of incredible luck. Give it a shot. It actually works.
Number 8. Beavers. We don't deny that beavers look super cuddly, but given the chance, we wouldn't even touch them with a 10-foot pole, particularly because they're known to
Really?
carry rabies and a handful of other
Oh, okay.
parasites. Apart from being a repository of diseases, they're also possessed with ever-growing teeth and sharp claws. Yep, you heard that right. Their teeth continue
I never heard of a beaver attack before, ever.
to grow throughout their lifetimes. Now, while these features make them a threat to humans on land, the fact that they can hold their breath underwater for over 15 minutes makes them even
What? I didn't know that.
more menacing. From what we've gathered, while underwater, they'll mostly try to drown the perceived threat. On land, however, their modus operandi is to knock it down before going to work on it with their teeth and claws.
What?
But just like elephants, they're harmless unless you're too close for comfort, particularly to their lodges, which they'll defend with all their might. To add to that, and like elephants again, They also begin by trying to ward the threat off before launching an attack. They mainly do this by hissing at it or by slapping their tails on water. Now the good thing is that beavers are nocturnal, meaning that they sleep during the day, but this doesn't apply to rabid ones. So if you ever come across a beaver out and about during the early hours, start walking in the opposite direction. Number 6. Giant anteaters. What is deadly in spite of its lack of hearing, sharp teeth, and poor vision? Folks, it's none other than the giant anteater. This is because its sharp forelimb claws make up for everything.
What? Anteaters too?
Though it primarily uses these claws to quarry termite mounds and anthills, they also help it inflict fatal wounds when needed. For instance,
I ain't never heard of an anteater attacking somebody, bro. I think he's pushing it.
In situations where the animal feels cornered or agitated. Now, even though we're not experts, we know that at the beginning of the attack, the animal will...
Doesn't the real Tarzan, the dude on Instagram, doesn't he own a anteater?
assume an upright position. This position has gained popularity on the internet as a meme titled the anteater hug. But if you ever find yourself in this situation, don't lean in and hug it out with the
Shit, look at them claws. Hell no.
Animal, because once it grabs onto you, you're done for. Don't believe us? Google the 2 deaths that occurred as a result of anteater
What? 2 deaths because of anteaters? What?
attacks back in 2010 and 2012. In one of these attacks, gashes at least 1.5 inches long were discovered on the victim's body.
Oh
Number 6. Kangaroos.
Yeah, I know that.
Another animal whose upright position is a red flag is the kangaroo. They usually do this in an attempt to rip you open with their
That
powerful
boy standing on his tail, kicking with his feet.
hind legs.
And I know that hurt. They strong as hell.
Either that or to push you down, you know, so that they can easily claw at you. Besides their legs and claws, kangaroos also have curved teeth that allow them to bite more deeply than most animals. As if all these features weren't bad enough for humans, they're also some of the most popular carriers of
Look how buff he is. God damn. Well, or her. No, like it. It's probably a boy.
rabies. Considering all these things, if you ever cross paths with a kangaroo, try not to make it feel threatened. If however you end up doing that, move away as quickly as possible and take shelter in a nearby bush or overgrowth. Don't under any circumstances try to fight it off like the man in this video. It must have been his lucky day, but luck is never guaranteed. Number 5. Owls. If you're anything like us,
Yo, and I see owls every day where I go jog and work out at. It's a park. They're protected though, but I see them every day, and I used to. I walk by them and I always think, will they attack? You know what I'm saying? Because they make these little holes in the ground. I always wondered, would they attack?
at some point in your life, you've really wanted to own an owl.
Now it's gonna bother me now. Every time I go to this park, it's gonna bother me now.
For a generation that grew up reading and watching Harry Potter, we really can't be blamed. But it turns out that these furballs aren't that magical, especially when it comes to joggers and hikers. From what we know, these 2 groups often fall victim to their sharp talons. That's probably because they frequent areas where owls tend to nest. The good thing, however, is that owl attacks on humans are fairly rare.
No, the owls that's were at the park that I'm talking about, not that big.
In scenarios where owls do attack humans, they almost always escape with minor injuries. But let's not take this as a sign to bother every owl we
This one is so dope. I love this. I don't know what it's called, but I love this owl right here.
see. Remember, they're animals, and their natures can be pretty volatile. Number 4. Slow lorises. Another animal that looks harmless, but is the devil reincarnate, is the slow loris found in the
What?
forest of South and Southeast Asia. This primate, as unbelievable as it sounds, carries a venom dangerous enough to rot flesh.
Damn.
And no, we're not making this up. Now, we know what you're thinking. Where does this venom come from? Well, as far as we know, it's contained in their armpits. Yuck.
What?
Anyway, each time they lick their armpits, it becomes infused with their saliva, which then seeps into their grooved teeth. Researchers have concluded that, like a number of other venomous mammals, they mostly use their venom against their own kind.
What was nature thinking? Like, what was God thinking when he made it?
Primarily during the mating season. Think about it. If a species can't
I would never imagine looking at this animal and be like, yeah, that thing is dangerous.
spare its own kind, just imagine what it'd do to you. Number 3. Pufferfish.
Wait, what do you say about its
Now,
own
we
kind?
agree that
Hold on, let me go
pufferfish
back.
to their grooved teeth. Researchers have concluded that, like a number of other venomous mammals, they mostly use their venom against their own kind, primarily during the mating season.
Wow.
Think about it. If a species can't spare its own kind, just imagine what it'd do to you.
Damn.
Number 3. Pufferfish.
Okay, I know pufferfish.
Now, we agree that pufferfish look like rubber balls when inflated. Well, let's remind you that rubber balls can't kill you, at least not in the way that pufferfish can. In case you didn't know, each one of them has enough toxin to kill 30 adults.
We go to the beach and we worry so much about sharks and other stuff, and not even the small things that can kill you.
This toxin, called tetrodotoxin, is said to be 1,200 times more poisonous than cyanide. And
Dang.
get this, it has no known antidote. So
Dang.
the next time you accidentally reel one
And people eat this thing.
in, try not to play catch with it.
Like it's a delicacy in some countries. I think it was like, I don't know, I don't want to say something wrong, but I think it was like Asia or something like that.
Number 2. Pandas. Prepare yourself. You're about to experience one of the biggest betrayals of your entire lifetime.
Yeah, I kind of expected that. I really kind of expected that. Yeah, there's no way.
Folks, as heartbreaking as this is, pandas can be dangerous to humans,
I knew it. I knew it. I freaking knew it.
mainly on account of their sharp teeth and equally sharp claws. To add to that, the fact that they're more powerful than most
See?
humans also contributes to their overall deadliness. However, all of the panda attacks to a date have been in captivity, usually in circumstances where the animal was repeatedly provoked. In one such scenario, a panda managed to bite someone's finger clean off. Yikes.
Hey.
If this isn't enough to convince to steer clear of them, let's just remind you that between 2006 and 2009, there have been 3 panda-related deaths in the Beijing Zoo. Number 1. Cassowaries. Number
Dude, yeah, I mean, come on. Look at that thing on his head.
1, we bring you one of the most dangerous birds known to stalk the earth. Folks, trust us when we say
That shit look like it's prehistoric as hell.
this. This is the last flightless bird you'd want to cross paths with. Because believe it or not, it's capable of disemboweling. Yep, you heard that right. Humans with its 5-inch talons. That too in a single slash. Yeah, we weren't expecting anything less from a creature that's descended from the mighty dinosaurs.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of dinosaurs, each year at least 200 cassowary attacks are reported. But the good thing is that they're mostly as a result of people venturing too close to them or threatening their young ones or nests. Alright, have you ever encountered any of these animals?
Jeez. Well, a lot of that I didn't know. God damn.